Olympic ice dancing champion Natalia Bestemianova believes that Adelia Petrosian remains the team's #1 skater. Adelia Petrosian remains Russia's best figure skater. Until someone else beats her at the national championships, I can't help but call her that. She should be our team's #1. We haven't seen Trusova or Valieva compete, so any talk about them is just rumors for now. They need to win the Russian championships to become the best. Any conclusions can only be drawn after the September skates. Then we'll see what form Trusova is in. I think everyone started discussing this too early. It's great that Sasha has all the potential to show good results. She has both talent and excellent form. But it's very important to see how she skates her entire programs. She noted that there are many successful athletes who have resumed their careers after giving birth and won medals. I don't see any contradiction in this. We all know Sasha as a figure skater with a very strong character. She didn't win the Olympics and didn't accept it. Understand, figure skating is a lifelong love, especially since the rules have been changing recently in favor of adult athletes. This opens all doors for experienced girls. I wouldn't call a possible victory at the Olympics a miracle. It's a real possibility. But there are still almost 4 years ahead, and we need to understand Trusova's current form. You can't achieve results by just talking. Again, it's important to see how she skates her programs, how she executes the elements within them, and not just in training. It's a long journey and a tremendous amount of work. In any case, I welcome Alexandra's attitude and empathize with her, Bestemianova added. Sofia Akateva, winner of the 2023 Russian Championships, shared which skater inspired her as a child, noting that she watched two-time world champion Evgenia Medvedeva and Olympic team champion Yulia Lipnitskaya. When I was a child, it was probably Yulia Lipnitskaya and Evgenia Medvedeva. I had just joined the group and they were also skating, preparing for major competitions. For me, they were role models I looked up to on the same ice, simultaneously learning new things and training. The skater offered some advice to young skaters to help them achieve success. Probably, do your best here and now. As long as there are no injuries, you have a lot of strength. You need to be inspired by great athletes. Come to practice every day motivated. Listen to your coaches and train as hard as you can. She burst onto the scene as a figure skating prodigy, technical, consistent, and virtually flawless. It seemed Akateva was destined for greatness, but the realities of the elite sport dictated otherwise. Her career developed rapidly, despite her initial vulnerability. Sofia was born on July 7th, forcing her to miss an extra year of training before reaching the senior level, unlike her peers. Exactly 6 days separated her from the opportunity to show off her skills early on. In peak condition, since 2018, she has been training with Tutberidze's renowned group. The young athlete demonstrated phenomenal mastery of ultra-C elements, and an artistry rarely seen at her age. Her signature quadruple jumps and triple axel were a delight, but most importantly, she stood out for her resilience and rare self-esteem. Everyone who interacted with her during that period realized they were witnessing a truly remarkable athlete. Figuratively speaking, of course, a girl of small stature, but what strength of spirit she possesses. In the 2022-23 season, she finally reached the senior level, having already won 2 consecutive Russian junior championships. It's ironic, but such a talented athlete, dominant in her age group, never made it to the World Championships. After the first national championship, COVID-19 intervened, and after the second, politics. That junior World Championships could have been interesting. 3 skaters qualified for the Russian national selection, all named Sofia Akateva, Samodelkina, Muravyova. The trio was supposed to go to Sofia, Bulgaria. Such is the magic of names. But, alas, it didn't work out. Nevertheless, Akateva entered the seniors as one of the season's favorites. Despite a knee injury sustained in the summer, the incident was completely accidental. A skater skating ahead of her during warm-ups accidentally clipped her leg with her skate blade. This unfortunate mistake resulted in her missing part of her summer training. And yet, Sofia managed to confirm her status. She won the Russian championships that season with flying colors. She was practically flawless in both training and competition performances. Even her formidable rival, Kamila Valieva, was unable to displace Akateva from first place. At that moment, it seemed Sofia's future lay in a string of victories and worldwide recognition. But in July 2023, she suffered another serious injury, a stress fracture in her foot. Sofia was forced to urgently suspend training and focus on rehabilitation. She attempted to return to the test skates in September and even presented new programs. But the pain then returned with renewed intensity. In November 2023, it was decided to skip the 2023-24 season entirely to avoid the risk of the injury becoming chronic. This year was the most difficult of Akateva's career. In an interview with KP Sport, she admitted, 2024 was difficult to miss season, unable to get on the ice. For a professional athlete accustomed to daily training, the sudden pause was a serious psychological blow. Akateva returned to the ice in the 2024-25 season, but her former strength was no longer evident. Her jumps were out of sync, her ultra-C jumps were less frequent, but the main problem lay elsewhere. At one point, it seemed Sofia had broken down, most notably mentally, and most importantly, she had lost her former self-confidence. At the Russian Championships in Omsk, she only placed fifth. Last season was even more dramatic. "Everything is not going the way I would have liked," she wrote bitterly on social media. She competed in only one stage of the Russian Grand Prix, 8th place, and was forced to withdraw from the championships for medical reasons. The new season is also proving challenging. According to RIA Novosti, the athlete's foot is bothering her again, preventing her from fully preparing for the season at this stage. Sofia hasn't yet been given new programs, and just over a month and a half remains until the Russian national team's test skates. Akateva, of course, isn't giving up. "I love this so much that I don't plan on leaving," she said in an interview, admitting that she never considered ending her career. One can only hope that the talented athlete will find the strength to overcome all the difficulties and return to the ice full-time. She's only 19 years old, close to a childhood age in modern figure skating. 22-year-old Alexandra Trusova trains next to Sofia at Tutberidze's rink, and neither injuries, nor the shattered expectations for the 2022 Olympics, nor the birth of her son have prevented her from returning to the sport. Akateva on the injury. "I think my recovery is still ongoing. Of course, it was a difficult period. It seemed like you had everything. I could jump ultra-C elements, and then suddenly you can't go on the ice, you're sitting in a cast. Basically, you couldn't compete for a while. Of course, it was difficult, but I knew that if I didn't get better now, there would be consequences later. I managed to heal the injury. Then came the gradual recovery process, first in the gym, then back on the ice. It's a long process. I'm very grateful to the coaches for their understanding and helping me cope." Foot pain has plagued the 19-year-old athlete for most of the summer, which is why her full-fledged on-ice training has been intermittent. Sofia Akateva shared her reaction to Russian figure skaters being admitted to international competitions. "This is an incredible joy, almost to the point of tears. We've been waiting for this for a long time and are so happy that we have this chance. This is undoubtedly the most exciting and memorable news of this summer. We are all very happy and delighted," Akateva said.